lighting the room. Magical Monday manifestation. Can't make the shift up, the wheels in motion. Oracle whispers, a sea of devotion.
Welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. Hi, hello. I'm your host, Valorie Lewis, psychic medium, chaos manager, weirdo extraordinaire. And we come together every Monday, and today happens to be the first Monday of the month. Are y'all excited about March? A little bit, maybe, kind of, sort of, still waking up. All right, if you're new here, go ahead and put it over in chat. Let me know. I would love to say hello to the first timers. Also, I think you were trying to say absolutely. I don't know. We'll see. Ready for March. Trying to get my screen right. One moment. Okay, there we go. Well, a little bit of, y'all, do y'all know we're in Mercury retrograde? I'll be trying not to blame Mercury because it's a beautiful communicator, beautiful energy. I try not to blame it, but sometimes, y'all, sometimes. All right, so we are in Mercury retrograde. We also have an eclipse. Yes, another eclipse coming up tomorrow on the 3rd, I think, if I'm correct. So a lot of big energies going on, floating around. I am a psychic medium and also a card reader and also a channel. And we come together every Monday morning to pull cards, receive messages for the collective, and to get connected with whatever energies, messages, support is best going to help us do what? Manifest the lives that we are truly desiring to live, get out of our thought form and into physical manifestations, tangible results. That's why I continue to do these Magical Monday manifestations. Been doing them for going on 6 years now. Can y'all believe that? Okay, let's do a little bit of announcement here at the top of the hour, and then we'll get into the card pull, and I'll tell you what this event is all about, especially if it is your first time here. So, first of the month, I want to let you know that last week I officially launched my new membership. I'm so excited. The new membership is called The Magician's Way. No, it is not all about tarot, but it uses the magician as the archetype because I believe, much like the magician teaches us, that we all have all of the tools we need to actually create the life that we want to live when we come here. However, unlike the magician who knows how to use all those tools, sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we can't even find the fucking tools. So the Magician's Way is about finding the tools, using the tools, getting that guidance in our life so that we can create, manifest the lives that we truly want. It's a fun group. It's a chance for you to tap in with me weekly. Yes, I go live weekly within that membership. We do things like meditations. We do channeled messages straight from spirit to the collective. We do, what else do we do? Meditations, channeled messages. We have a Q&A at the end of every month. We also do energy sessions, my interstellar energy healing sessions. You can still attend those. They are now $33 if you are not in the membership. If you are in the membership, they're free. They're part of the membership. So you get those energy attunements once a month as well. And then let's see, what else do I have within the membership? Oh, Connection to Spirit is a monthly event. It happens on the 3rd Tuesdays of the month. Connection to Spirit is, I hesitate to call it psychic development, but it's kind of psychic development, but it's not psychic development in the ways that you think. It is literally connection to spirit. How can you connect to spirit, whether you're a practitioner or otherwise, to help you benefit your life? And there are so many ways. And so each week we go through a different way that will help us connect and fine tune our relationship with spirit so that we can absolutely benefit from all of that wisdom and guidance in this lifetime. So that's in a nutshell what the membership is about. We have our first session tomorrow. Some of you are already signed up for the membership. I cannot wait to see you inside. We start each month at the top of the month with channeled messages from spirit. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't done events I've done similar events, but not exactly specifically the way I have this one laid out. So I'm very excited to see what spirit and what channel messages come through for the collective and how we can best apply them. And that will be happening tomorrow. And guess what? What is the best thing about this membership? Well, I don't know if it's the best thing, but it's to try it before you buy it, which means there is a 7-day free trial for the membership. Did I just say we're having our first meeting tomorrow? Yes. Guess what? If you start today, you will be within the free 7-day membership and you can attend tomorrow's session. I can count sometimes on a calendar, mostly. So you will be within the free 7 days if you join today. I want to mention something else. There is a founder's rate, which is only $44 a month, which there are only about half of those spots left. So there's about 10 more spots at the founder's rate. If you join during the free trial, join now to grab one of those spots. Once those spots are filled, the membership goes to $98 a month. So $44 a month is my thank you for jumping in early, for helping me found and build this membership from the floor up. There are 20 spots available. Half of those are already gone, already claimed. If you want that $44 a month, go ahead and jump on my website now, get signed up for the membership. Again, you will be within the 7-day free trial so you can try it out. And then once all of those spots are full, we go to $98 a month. I am so excited about this membership, y'all. So excited about all of the magic that's going to happen within. So I hope you join me. All right. I think that's all I want to say about that. The links are going to be over in the chat. Jacqueline and Haley are my new volunteers. Jacqueline has been volunteering for quite a while. Haley just joined us a month or so ago. Has it been 2 months yet? So everybody wave to our volunteers. I got to meet Haley in person. I've met her in person before, but I got to meet her in person officially as my volunteer this past week. I was in Colorado, and that's why we didn't have Magical Monday manifestations last week, but I'm glad to be back. How did y'all do without a week of guidance? I know y'all have guidance. Y'all got y'all spirit team. Y'all have your inner selves. Did you miss me though? Go ahead, tell me you missed me because my ego needs to hear that. Kidding, not kidding. All right, let's get going. The deck that we are pulling from, I didn't tell y'all how this was going to run just in case we have new people. First, we do tarot and oracle card pulls. So I start with tarot cards and then we move to oracle cards. Then after that, we have a chance, time permitting, to pull brief 1 card tarot pulls for select members of the audience. That's always chosen, mostly chosen at random, but chosen by spirit. And then after the 1 card pulls, we do a very brief energy activation, which is just a hot minute or two where we lock in any messages or energies that have come through during today's reading. So hang with us through the end. There's going to be lots of good stuff. The deck that I am pulling from today is a new-ish deck to me. I'm showing you the back of the box. Let me show you the front. Crystal Unicorn Tarot was gifted to me. I love it. It ties in, of course, tarot, unicorns, one of my favorite things, and crystals. It'll let you know what crystals might work best for you based on the energies of the tarot messages. All right, so we're going to start with tarot. Oh, Donna says she missed me. Yay. Let's see. Oh, somebody was in Seattle. Let's see. Jacob, Miriam, Melissa, and Sheila. Are those our newbies? Yes. Welcome, welcome. All right, Spirit, what messages do we need for the collective today? How can you best guide us in our life with these energies throughout the week? Let's get some tarot cards going. How many cards, Spirit? How many cards are we going with this week? I have 4 main cards and 2 clarifiers. I don't know if we'll get to the clarifiers. We shall see. First card, interesting. So we've got 2 major arcana and 2 minor arcana. Major arcana are messages, archetypes that will affect all areas of our life. Also major archetypes that might reflect on major life themes, things that can best benefit us as a whole. And then the minor arcana are the lessons, the people, the experiences, the everyday things that help give us guidance and support us throughout our everyday life. So with that being said, Our first card is the Hanged Man, Major Arcana, or the Hanged Unicorn, should I say, which is saying, and this is perfect for this week, I just talked about we have an eclipse coming up. We are smack dab in the middle. Well, we're not in the middle. We're in the beginning part of Mercury retrograde. Big astrological thing. Well, I call them big. They happen all the time. I keep stopping myself because Spirit has thought, stop being dramatic. All right, I'm going to stop being dramatic. They're not big. Mercury retrograde happens all the time. Eclipses happen all the time. But both of those combined and the energy of this card, the Hanged Unicorn, is telling me that we have the probability for some big shifts. These shifts don't feel nervous. They don't feel rattling. They don't feel disorganized. They feel very grounded. They feel very much like what we've called in. I believe, if I'm correct, one of the, it's either Mercury retrograde or the eclipse happens in the sign of Taurus, I believe. Taurus is a very grounded, very chill, very comfortable sign, which means these energies are meant to bring those qualities back into our life. So when I pull the Hanged Man, the Hanged Unicorn card is the first card of our week, it makes perfect sense because the Hanged Unicorn is about a pause. Retrogrades are about pauses, reflection, looking back. This is someone, a unicorn, who purposely puts himself upside down so that he can see the world differently. You ever tried standing on your head as a little kid? Things get kind of dizzy, all the blood rushes to your head, and you notice things that you never noticed before because you're looking at them in a different way. The same principle with the Hanged Unicorn, slowing down enough, pausing enough, intentionally trying to see your life, the experience in front of you, the relationships, whatever's going on in your life, intentionally trying to see it through a different lens, through a different perspective, so that you can gain clarity. Clarity being the big headline, the thing that we are all seeking. How do I find the clarity that I seek? Haven't been able to find it the way I'm going. Maybe I need to change up my perspective and look for it in a different way. That's the lesson of the Hanged Unicorn. It's also the lesson of the retrograde, slowing down, pausing enough to reflect. It can also sometimes be the lesson involved in an eclipse. An eclipse is meant to be, I always see an eclipse energy, not always, I have started seeing eclipse energy as a snow globe. Like imagine yourself inside the snow globe and the universe, your spirit guides, all the powers that be say, this person has been asking for so long and this is the best way we know how to get it to them. They pick that snow globe up and they just shake the shit out of it. And that can feel like our life at times, but guess what? And when everything settles, it settles back into perfect placement, back into divine timing, back into exactly what we've been asking for. It is the quick and expedient path to what we have been asking for. So if you're one of those people who is out there saying, oh my God, it's been so long. I've been working on this manifestation since I was 12. And is it ever going to come? And I don't know how to do it. If you're one of them people, you are the exact person that asked for this eclipsed energy. So don't complain when it hits you. It's going to shake you up in the best way possible. That is the Hanged Man. It's going to flip things upside down in the best way possible so that you can finally see that thing with clarity. So you can finally see it through a different lens. So something finally clicks. So it makes sense. So you can experience a shift in your life. All of that energy is headed towards us this week. So chill, relax, let it flow to you, and enjoy it. When we can enjoy it, things go so much more smoothly. Coffee. I needed to drink my coffee. Okay, so that was card 12, the Hanged Man. Next, we're going to Minor Arcana, 9 of Cups. Fucking love the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the wishes fulfilled card. How do we get here? First, we go through this. First, we shift our perspective. Let me talk a little bit more about shifting that perspective because a lot of you think, oh, I just need to see the world differently. You need to stop speaking about the world the way the world is so that what you are asking for can come to you. That's another shift. That's another way that you can bring about this 9 of Cups. When you wake up every day and you say, oh, I'm so tired, the first thing, oh man, I really don't want to go out of bed, really don't want to go to that job, really don't feel like walking the dog today, it's so cold. That is how you start your day, on a negative. You talk and you list all of the things in your current reality that are very much true for you that you very much don't like, and the universe says, all right, order coming right up. So how can you shift your perspective and the way you talk about it? How can you start looking for how you want the world to be and speaking that into existence instead of looking at how the world is and continuing to regurgitate that into experience? Oh my God. I was going to say, and continue to speak that into existence. Spirit gave me the word regurgitate. If it's something that you don't like and you keep talking about it, it literally is like you just continue to vomit the same crap back up over and over again. And then ask yourself, why is my life this way? All right. So the Nine of Cups, though, Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. I want to go to the deck on this one because I want to see what crystal it has lined up for this particular, it looks like amethyst, but let's see. Nine of Cups, the perfect hashtag unicorn status card to come up in your reading. When this card appears, that means that your wish is getting fulfilled, not will be, not future tense. It's another thing we work on when we talk about manifesting. Y'all, I cannot wait until y'all get inside the magician's way. I love talking about manifestations, and this gives me an outlet. When we talk about manifesting, if we are always saying one day, when it happens, it's about to happen, it's coming, if that's how we claim things, it will always be coming. It will always be one day in the future. It will always be future tense, which is a step in the right direction for some of you, because now you're beginning to focus positively on something that you told yourself wasn't available before. So for some of you, it's a step in the right direction. But for many of you, you got stuck in that pattern of saying one day, future tense, I'm working towards it, it'll come to me. And now it's time for you to shift out of that and start claiming it as now. This is what I'm doing now. My wish is getting fulfilled, not will be. My wish is either currently being fulfilled or getting fulfilled now. You will be receiving and achieving what you truly desire. Just think of the unicorn in this card as your personal genie, granting your every wish, not that one big wish that you've been holding out for, granting your every wish. Keywords: confirmation. This is your confirmation from Spirit. Satisfaction, contentment. Nine of Cups. It doesn't really say the specific crystal. Maybe it's a crystal for the entire suit. Let's see. Rose quartz crystal is always filled with compassion and love. So I suppose that is rose quartz on this unicorn's ass, although I think it looks like amethyst. But we're going to go with rose quartz. Wishes fulfilled, the desires of your heart, emotions, intuition. Let those be your guiding forces. And then once we've shifted our position with the hanged unicorn, once we've acknowledged that our wishes are ours, they are currently being fulfilled. It is no longer a future tense for us. We are living in the fulfillment of our wishes and desires. How soon will things move for us when we line up with those energies? Really, really fast. The Chariot. The Chariot is also the lesson of we have these two forces that look like they are opposite. And they are the ones that are charged with pulling us forward. And Spirit says, as long as you keep telling the story that the shit in your life is not going to move, that the shit in your life is something you just have to deal with, then that it will be your story. But Spirit wants you to look at this card and see we can make anything possible. We can have things that from your perspective seem to be opposite, seem to be working against you, but I can make them work. How much do you trust me? That is Spirit, your inner self, higher being, God's message to you this week. In a sassy or saucier way, Spirit, God, the universe, your inner self, your guides are saying, You've been trying to do this without me. That's why it's not fucking working. I know how to make it work. How much do you trust me? Do you trust me to rest when I tell you to rest? Even if that seems counterintuitive, the opposite of what you have been told to do to make things come about. Do you trust me that I can make the things that no one else can figure out, the things that all your friends and family and loved ones are telling you are impossible, but I put that wish, dream, hope, desire on your heart? So do you trust me that we can make it work even if everybody else sees opposites? How much do you trust? If you have a hope, dream, wish, desire, it is not by happenstance that you have that. It is your divine gift to figure out what that hope, dream, wish, desire is all about. And it is your human challenge to not dismiss it just because you, in your human perspective, cannot figure out how to make it happen. Maybe you need a different perspective. Maybe you need to trust that spirit knows how to make things that look opposite from our human perspective actually work and carry you forward swiftly to your destination, to your goal, to success. The Chariot. Spirit coming in to say, I got you, but you got to trust me. I know the route. I know how to figure it out. I know how to navigate past any difficulties, past any impediments that you place on your path, because I saw you when you put the rock down, and I know how to move you around the rock. But you got to trust me. That's spirit. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, Queen Energy. I need to do Queen Energy again. That is such an empowering class. I might do it over a weekend. Queen Energy, Queen of Swords, Queen, Divine Feminine, Receptive Mode, Allowing, Flow. That's where we end this week. When we take the lessons that were already given to us from the first three cards, we can end in this energy of the Queen of Swords. Swords is our thinking mind. Swords is also communication. So for those of you having trouble with communication, hello, thank you, Mercury retrograde. Maybe wait until the end of the week when the Queen of Swords shows up. Organize your thoughts throughout the week, but wait till the end of the week maybe to have that conversation. Once you've given it some thought, once you've given it some pause. On another message, the Queen of Swords is very receptive to new thoughts and new ideas. Because swords, again, air, energy, thoughts, ideas, communication. The other thing I'm seeing in this card, this artist, is the butterflies. Transformation. Mastery level is what the Queen and the Kings in the Tarot represent. By the end of the week, actually now, but Spirit is like, but you humans like playing with that construct called time. So in a linear fashion, by the end of the week, even though it could be now, but by the end of the week, there's a high probability that we will be in the receptive mode and able to hear the messages, the communication, listen to and receive new thoughts by being in that queen placement, that mastery over our thoughts. Now I only allow the thoughts that support my path forward to have residence within my mind. That's the Queen of Swords. I don't give entrance. See that sword? She's protecting her thoughts. I don't give entrance into my mental to just any random thought. I no longer accept negative, non-supportive, restrictive thoughts. I no longer ruminate over them. I no longer allow anxiety, worry, doubt to creep in, because I am now the mistress, the master of my thoughts. I sit on my throne. I reign over my kingdom of thoughts, and only those thoughts that are most supportive to what I am trying to accomplish are allowed into my queendom. Can you be that efficient over your thoughts? If you can change your life. At the very most, you can start dipping into this energy this week. And watch and see how things start to change around you. Queen of Swords. All right. I still have these two clarifying cards over here, but I'm going to leave them. I feel like they might come in later. So let's move on. Let's see. Mask and Spirit, what deck? We're going to move on to Oracle cards. They're all good. They're all crying for my attention. So maybe we will move through them rather swiftly so I can get to as many Oracle decks as possible. But the first deck we're going to is Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. Mystic Sisters by Emily Balavet. Balavet, I believe. Balavet? Anyway, we'll figure it out. Spirit, what message do you have for us from Mystic Sisters for this week? Do the clarifiers have to do with the eclipse? Possibly. I could see that. Oh, this Mystic Sisters, y'all, this deck has a lot of messages because it was very difficult for me to pull just one card, but I did it. Beltane Reunion. Beltane Reunion, and it looks like two lovers being reunited in nature. Let's see what this card is about. Union, coupling, and intimacy. After a long dormant winter of barrenness, the earth is again exploding with the promise of new life. It's Beltane, and the god and goddess have been joyfully reunited after a separation. It is the season that exudes fertility, and all life is encouraged to grow. The time is ripe for fresh ideas, Queen of Swords, fresh ideas, and for hope and dreams, Nine of Cups, to be born and put into action. The pattern of all relationships is a pendulum swinging between union and individuation. Now is the time for union. The universe adores novelty, and by combining energies with another, something never before seen will be created. You do have the ability to reach a new level of emotional intimacy, which is the source of true bliss in life. A new level of emotional intimacy. What does that mean to you? That could be your journaling question. That could be something to ponder upon, something to ask your guides to help you with. What does a new level of emotional intimacy mean to you? Oh, thanks, Lisa. I missed you too. I'll give you a couple of options to give you a kind of a pathway. You can choose whichever one feels most resonant to you. Emotional intimacy within yourself means you are getting to know yourself on a deeper, more intimate level, and you are getting to love yourself, appreciate yourself, be friends with yourself on a deeper, more intimate, more emotional level. Does not have to be external, especially if you have been really, really working on yourself. Then this is Spirit saying, I see the work you have been doing. And this is a moment of increased emotional intimacy with yourself. A chance for you, Hanged Man, to start seeing yourself through the eyes of love the way I see you, is what Spirit just said. Emotional intimacy in another way. The more you get to know yourself, the easier it is for others to love your true self. So maybe you've been seeking emotional intimacy externally, an exchange with another individual or another group. It doesn't have to be romantic. Whatever that exchange is, now would be a good time to focus on that level, on deepening it. By knowing yourself, others can know who you truly are. So ask yourself, are there any relationships where I feel like I am not seen? Where I feel like the version that they are loving and interacting with is not truly me? Those have a chance to be pulled into a more intimate, more let me show you who I truly am situation this week. Beltane reunion. All right, ask yourself how that applies to you. And let's move on. That was Mystic Sisters. Where else do we want to go? Where are we at on time? We've got time. Sacred Rebels Oracle. This was it my first Oracle deck? I don't know if it was my first Oracle deck, but it was definitely my first Alana Fairchild deck. It is how I first fell in love with her. The title, I mean, look at my shirt. Troublemaker has been my motto for a very, very long time. And then once I started reading cards, the title, Sacred Rebels, I mean, that's right up my alley. So I had to get that deck just based on the name alone. And then I fell in love with Alana Fairchild, her style of writing cards and whatnot. So this was my first deck. And I cannot tell you how often I have been called to this energy of Sacred Rebels. The energy of no longer sitting silent, no longer saying, oh, well, that's just the way the world is. That's just the way the universe is. That's just the way my life is. Since I can't figure it out, I guess I just got to go along with whatever is laid out in front of me. No. We're done with that. Sacred Rebels is I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make life the way it is meant and intended to be enjoyed by me. I'm not going to listen to the status quo if the status quo goes against my innate self-freedoms or against my idea of how the universe should be treating me. I'm not even going to listen to reality if reality goes against what I want to be experiencing out of life. So Sacred Rebels is how can I stay in my authenticity? How can I stay in my own ethics, my own morality? How can I stay in my lane of divinity? And if that means I have to rebel against what is outside of me and external to me, so be it. How can I remain sacred and create my life on my terms? Sacred Rebels, that's what this deck means to me. Let's see what the message is. What do you feel? What do you feel? Card number 9. Look at that, Earth in the distance. What do you feel? It looks like sacred geometry, but I'm not sure. We will definitely go to the book on this one. I don't think I've pulled this card often enough to know what this one is. I have read this book enough to know that I need glasses when I read the text. One moment, tiny little text. All right, what do you feel? This is why I love this book. She goes deep. I go deep within the membership too. Do y'all know how many times is Valorie going to plug the membership? Y'all, I'm so excited about it. If you've been wanting deeper, less than surface level, going deeper, you want to be in the membership. Jacqueline, can you drop that one more time over in chat? Okay, what do you feel? There are many opinions around you. We just kind of talked about that. There are many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. That's sacred divinity. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it all comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you? Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. Anybody who's been swept up in thinking things through, trying to figure it out? You have been thinking about which way to go with the matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward. And if it is not the best path, We can change our approach later on if needed. That is Spirit's way of saying get off your ass and move, because any path is forward for you. If we are slightly off base with the decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to have it all figured out before we move. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made, just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in the moment. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice on what you feel right now, not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, maybe close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, drop into that heart space, and ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, if you're not trying to make a choice, then the oracle brings you this message. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter in your life. So if you are one of the people that is sitting in this group today saying, "Ooh, she's speaking right to me. I was trying to decide whether or not to make that move or stay where I'm at. I was trying to decide if I should take that job or not take the job." If you have that decision, then go with the message I just delivered. If you're sitting in this group going, "No, everything's really cool in my life. In fact, I'm feeling really good about the direction forward. I can't really think of any major life decision that I'm trying to make," then this message is you are at a crossroads. You're about to enter the next level, the next chapter, whatever you call it, the next frequency of your life. And every choice that you make is going to either support or restrict that new pathway. So ask yourself, what vantage point, hanged man, new perspective, what vantage point am I making the choices in my life? As I choose to drink coffee this morning or water or tea, simple life decisions that we make every morning, am I choosing from the version of me I want to be, or am I choosing from the version of me that I have always been? If you want to be XYZ, whatever it is, make your decisions from that version and you will quickly become that version. So this message applies to you no matter what. The choices we make. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever. That's too much pressure. And more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it's all going to work out. Ooh, some of you control freaks started twitching when I said that last sentence. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that all is going to work out perfectly. What an amazingly powerful message for all of us this morning. Here is the healing process. Close your eyes and relax. Rest your open palms facing upward on your legs. Imagine, y'all might have to listen back to this if I'm reading too fast. It is in the recording. You can watch it on YouTube. Imagine that you have a ball of light in each hand. If you find it hard to visualize or feel, you may prefer to draw this process in your journal instead. It looks like that's what she's doing here. Focus on one ball of light first. What color or colors does it feel like? What feelings, words, symbols, or qualities does it have? How heavy or light is it? How substantial? What do you feel about it? Do you like it? Now turn your attention to the second ball of light. Repeat the investigation or exploration that you did for the first. When you are ready, choose one. There is no wrong or right choice, just whatever captures your attention, energy, or heart most at this moment. The other may be there waiting for you later on if it needs be, or it might be easily released if that most serves your life path and creative journey. You may like to take that chosen ball of light and imagine sending it out into the universe with love. If you have drawn it, you may like to add words, feelings, or colors. When you have finished, simply say, "My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it." When you're ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. And the point of that healing process is to get you used to trusting that you can feel your way into a decision. Do those balls of light necessarily have to represent choices in your life? No. But they represent that you can hold two things and feel your way into which one do I prefer. And once you practice that healing process enough, it becomes second nature for you to make decisions in your life, because you're no longer analytically thinking through which one and trying to figure out the entire path forward to how is it going to get me there. If you're asking yourself the question, how, stop it. The how is none of our business. Get out of your mind, drop into your heart, and let your heart show you. What is it I need to know from this space that will help me make this decision over these things in my life? All right. Where are we at on time? We got 15 minutes left. Okay. We're still doing good. What deck do we need to go to next, Spirit? Oh, let's go to the manifestation. Moonology manifestation. Does anybody know what the moon? I know we got, okay. I'm gonna get my words together here in a minute. I know it happens tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Somebody put it in chat. It's something eclipse in what? Is Nicole still with me? Is Kitty here? Kitty knows all the moon phases. Blood moon. Tomorrow's the blood moon? Virgo. Full moon in Virgo or new moon? Hold on. Full moon in Virgo. Kitty. Kitty for the win. Full moon in Virgo. Hold on, I'm looking for the card, y'all. I used to be on top of this. Now I need to get back on top of it. Let me just say that. At least I knew it was something happening tomorrow. Full worm moon on 3/3. Full moon in Virgo. Why can't I find that card? Full moon in Aries. Full moon in Virgo. This is what it looks like. Full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. That's so funny to me because we just talked about get out of your headspace, drop into your heart. Let me tell you what Virgos do. They live here. How do I know that? Because I'm Virgo rising. I'm Sagittarius fire. That's what keeps me sane. But I'm Virgo rising. They live in their head. And we have a full moon in Virgo. But this one says take inspired action. This card is bursting with goddess energy. Woo woo. And reminds you that while it's wonderful to have lofty dreams, you also need to ground those desires by taking inspired action. Commune with the heavens, but take practical steps down here on earth. That's the magician card all the way. Hand to the heaven, one hand pointed at earth. How do we take that energy, that inspiration, that creativity, and ground it into tangible things? Draw down the energies of the divine by doing something as seemingly trivial as making a bullet point list of what you need to do to manifest your dreams into reality. That's Virgo for real. Make a list. That's Virgo. Anybody else a Virgo? We love making some lists. Also know that you're 100% worthy of your dreams. Ditch self-effacement, criticism, and second-guessing yourself and others. The manifestation balance. Find a balance between dreaming big and being practical. The manifestation mindset. It's important to believe in our dreams, but we also need to take practical steps towards them. The energy of this card will help you connect with that reality. Let's see, anything else we can do? I forgive myself for everything. I am doing my best. Wipe the slate clean. If I know anything that's about Virgos, is Virgo will, how do I say this? Hold a grudge for eternity. How do I know this? Don't ask. Virgo will hold a grudge for eternity about their damn self. You will hold on to something you did in the past, whether you were 2, 3, 17, 21, and that will be the bane of your existence. If I just done that one thing differently, if I just knew more, this is telling you, wipe the slate clean, whether you're Virgo or not. This is the great information. I forgive myself for everything. I am doing my best. Start your day with that statement if it serves you, if that resonated. I forgive myself for everything. You wipe the slate clean. I am doing my best, and make sure you're doing your fucking best. Don't be lying. I'm not going to catch you in the lie. The universe will. I am doing my best. And then go about doing your best every day. It can be that simple. Full Moon in Virgo, take inspired action. The easiest step to manifesting, the easiest first step to manifesting, as I have found, is getting it out of thought form and into physical form. There's so many ways that we can do that. The easiest way is to pick up pen and paper and get it out of your mind and put it on paper. First manifestation step. And then follow through. All right. Well, somebody's got Virgo sun and rising. I'm sure I knew that. All the conversations we have, and I keep forgetting that. I try to remember people's signs, but it's a lot. Okay, we are at 11:51. Let's do a one card pulls for the collective for a couple of minutes, and then we will lock it in. Yes, please pick me over in the chat. And if you would like a one card pull, I'm going to go with Vanessa first because she was the first to put it. Rosalie's here. And let me tell y'all about what Rosalie did. Rosalie, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to do Vanessa for the card pull, but Rosalie ruined my weekend. Where's she at? Is she on camera? She might not be on camera. Rosalie ruined my weekend. Y'all want to know how she did it? She told me about Star Trek, the Academy, and I binge watched it this weekend. I didn't waste so much time. It's a really good series. Anyway, thanks. Thanks, Rosalie. Okay, Vanessa, one card pull. What message does Vanessa need to receive today? Strength. Strength is about inner strength for you, and this particular card is about you standing in your power and not backing down from the things that need to be said. That was Vanessa. All right, Haley, who's up next?
Okay, I know it's confusing, but Deb, not the Deborah.
Deb, not Deborah. Okay, Deb, 5 of Swords. She looks angry. 5 of Swords. Swords is thinking. Swords is also communication. In this case, fives represent challenges, and this is definitely coming up as a communication card for you. And the idea behind this is you may have won the battle but lost the war. Is the message that's coming to me. It's to really take stock of what are you actually trying to accomplish with your words, with your communication, with your speech. Are you just trying to win an argument and not having enough foresight to recognize that winning this particular argument is going to ruin a relationship? It's that idea of what are your true goals. If your true goal is to be in a relationship, then you might want to watch your words a little bit more carefully, especially since we're in Mercury retrograde. So just be more mindful of the purpose behind your words and what you're actually trying to accomplish, and make sure that what you share with the world or share with your partner or share with a group is going to support what you truly want and not just be self-serving. All right, who's up next?
Ellis.
Ellis. Ellis has the 5 of Pentacles, another 5. 5 of Pentacles. Let me hold that up. That looks like a coffee cup. An empty coffee cup. I'd be crying too. 5 of Pentacles is the idea that you have the ability, you have the blessings surrounding you, but because your head is down, because you're focused on what is, you cannot see what could be, or you cannot see the support or the blessings that are all around you. So it's the admonition to stop focusing on what is and begin shifting your focus to what you actually want to be living against all odds, because you've been telling yourself, it's real, it's realistic, I'm being realistic, I'm being practical, I'm being honest with myself, and you keep regurgitating the undesired reality into your existence. Be a little bit more delusional, be a little bit more focused on what you want and less focused on what is. All right, Haley.
All right, Shirley.
Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Shirley's card. Oh, we got a lot of people with their heads down. It's the moon. The moon. The moon is about things that lie beneath the surface. It's about illusionary context, experiences, things that are hazy under moonlight, but clear under sunlight. What in your life is causing you a bit of that doesn't quite sit right, that doesn't quite seem right. I'm not quite sure what to do about this. Whatever that is what Spirit wants you to sit with. And in this case, I'm hearing the word meditate on. Not meditate on the I don't like this, but meditate on the what do I want instead. And in that space of fully concentrating on what do you want instead regarding the particular situation, if you stay there long enough, you will get clarity about how to get there. You'll get to the what lies beneath the surface. All right, let's see. Where am I at with time? Oh no, I just clicked the wrong screen. All right, let's do a couple more one card pulls, Haley.
Okay, Amy.
Amy. Strength again. I shuffled, and we have strength again. Amy. This is more about inner strength for you. I'm feeling a sense of disempowerment maybe happened, and it doesn't feel big. It feels almost like something you wouldn't notice because you're so used to, I'm fine. No, it's cool. No, you choose what we get to eat. No, it doesn't matter. You're so used to that this strength is kind of like a wake-up call. And this is Spirit saying, no, you have an opinion too. You have a voice too. Well, I want you to use it. All right, let's do one more and then we'll do the activation.
Jessie.
Jessie! Oh. Jessie has the, what is this, 4? The 4 of Wands. Jessie has the 4 of Wands. Look at all of that celebration. 4 in Tarot is the first sign of stability. Wands, your personal power, your magic, how you navigate that. I'm gonna go with, I need some keywords for this one. 4 of Wands. Oh, there it is right there. Passed right by it. Surprise, joy, foundation. This is where everything is starting to come together. First signs of stability. The unicorns are celebrating, well, this, I'm reading from the unicorn deck, but they're celebrating after much hard work and have built a solid foundation. Toss some confetti because what you have built is strong and can support your dreams. Success and prosperity are well earned. This is the universe saying, yes, girl, we see you. Please stop telling us you have more work to do because we see what you have built. We see the foundation. Now that you have built the foundation, call us in. Call your construction crew in so that we can help you build the rest of the structure. You did good. You did good. That's Spirit's message to you. Okay, spot on. All right, awesome. Okay, now let's do a little bit of an activation. We got a couple of minutes left. Please check out my website, valorielewis.com. Sign up for all of the events coming up next Monday. Go ahead and sign up for next Monday, Magical Monday Manifestation, and anything else you see on my calendar that is of interest to you. And let's get settled in. Spirit, what do you most want us to activate this week? And it's that energy of the hanged man. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, settle in, open yourself up, allow yourself to be receptive to any energies that the divine spirit, your spirit guides, the universe want to send to you. Understanding that those energies are custom made and specially attuned to whatever you need most in your life right now. And in this energy of receptivity, we are going to invite the universe to send to us a shift in perspective. Let me see my life through the lens of magic, gratitude, abundance, wishes fulfilled. Spirit, let me see my life the way you see my life. Help direct my steps towards my desired outcome. Let things in life be easy. I'm here. I'm receptive. I'm willing. I'm ready to be guided. And that is all that is needed in this moment for me to receive clarity. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale and allow that clarity to settle in. Settle into your heart. Settle into your thoughts. Allow your body to feel that clarity, the energy around you to become clear. While you're settled into this energy, ask Spirit, either now or throughout the course of today, Spirit, give me one clear, undeniable step forward. And I promise I will take that step. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. Open your eyes when you're ready. Come back to the group. I hope you all get that step forward, that guidance, that connection, and that you take action on it, inspired action, and manifest the lives that you came here to manifest. All right. Thank you all so much. It's been such a blessing to be with you all this Monday, first Monday of the month. And I hope you all have a very blessed and very magical week. See you back here next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.